Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a few of my favorite rear delt exercises, and all we are going to be using is resistance bands, particularly 41-inch loop style resistance bands. And the rear delt is that muscle on the back side of your shoulder. So the delt muscle group is this big shoulder muscle group up here. You got your front delt, you got your mid delt, and then you got your rear delt, which is in the back. And that's responsible for that scapular contraction. It's a muscle that helps pull your scapulas back and contract those shoulder blades, and it's really good to help promote good posture, and it's often a very neglected muscle group. A lot of people will train like your overhead presses and front delts, and then you're doing lateral raises and stuff like that to hit the side delts, and then a lot of people don't do rear delt exercises to build up that rear delt, and that's what will kind of give you that hunched over look, and it gives you muscle imbalances, and it leads to injuries in that shoulder area. So today, that's why I want to show you a few different exercises to help build up those rear delts, and they're very simple, and I'm going to walk you through them right now. Walk through a few different variations of rear delt flies. The first one is going to be the simplest because all you need is a band and you can just stand here and do it. It is a resistance band pull apart. So you're going to grab yourself a 41-inch band, start out nice and light, and you want to grab just about shoulder width apart. And the reason we're grabbing shoulder width and not closer is because you don't want to overstretch your band. So we're going to start out in front of us, and then all you're going to do is pull this thing apart, keeping your arms straight. We're pivoting right around those shoulder blades and contracting the rear delts, nice and slow and controlled with a big squeeze at the top, and you should feel it right here at those rear delts. Try to keep your neck in a neutral position. Mine likes to walk forward a little bit. I always have to force myself to do this. And just keep it nice and slow and controlled. Don't bang these things out like you see other people doing in the gym where they're just slamming on these things. Like, it's all about the time under tension. So it's literally a super simple exercise. Nice and slow and controlled. You can hit a few sets of this for 10 to 15 reps. Increase that resistance band as you go along and drop those reps. And this exercise will get those rear delts fired up. Next exercise, we're gonna take this down to a single arm rear delt fly, and what you're going to need for that is some kind of an anchor point. So I'm using a wall anchor, but you can wrap your band around a post or use a door anchor strap or whatever you have, and I like to keep it, just around that chest height. It's still going to be that same motion, but now we're just going to be doing a single arm version. So you're going to grab a hold of this band, get some tension on it, step away from the wall, kind of keeping your feet, the line from your feet perpendicular to the wall, keeping that core tight. And then now you can see that we're going to get a lot of tension here. We can get a lot more range of motion. Before we were starting here to here. Now we can really stretch that rear delt out with this single arm version and pull it all the way around. And we also have a lot more band to work with here, so we don't have to worry about overstretching our band or bottoming it out. Same thing here. Keeping that inside foot planted because it's going to want to turn you, so you want to resist that turning, keeping this core and everything perpendicular to the wall. Big squeeze and letting it down slow. And what's nice about this, monitor your foot position, and all you got to do is turn and face the other side. And you can do these the same way. And then also, to increase or decrease the resistance, you can step further away from the wall. That will increase the resistance because the bands, the further you stretch them, the more resistance they put out. And if you want to decrease your resistance, all you got to do is step a little bit closer to the wall, but you don't want to get too close because you want to make sure that you have tension all the way through this rep so that we can benefit from that extended range of motion. And that's how you do the single arm fly. One more tip, if you don't like hanging onto this thing, you can always use a clench band handle and just hook it right around the neck here. And then you have a nice neutral grip style, just like you would with hanging onto the band, but it's a little bit more comfortable, and you can use it that way as well. All right, last variation, it's going to be a bilateral style of the last exercise that we did. So you're gonna need yourself 2 anchor points, and I got 2 bands set up here as well. And it's gonna be just like using a cable machine at the gym. So I'm gonna turn around, face the band, and it's gonna be the same thing as we did before, except now we're using both arms. And what I like about this is it allows you to put more resistance on, and it kind of takes that core component out of this so you can focus solely on that rear delt. The biggest thing is you want to make sure you grab even amounts of band so that you have even tension on both arms. And then all you're doing is the same exercise as before. Overhand grip. Overhand grip's going to engage the rear delts the most. And then you can also do these kind of underhand grip as well. So all you do is underhand grip, supinated grip, whatever you want to call it. You can do it this way as well. And what that's going to do is going to give you a little bit more external rotation on your shoulders. And that'll engage a little bit more of the lower traps and the rhomboid muscles. And it'll help you work on that shoulder mobility a little bit as well. So you can mix it up. You can use that overhand, underhand grip on any of these exercises that we did before. But that is just how you do this. Same thing as before. You want to do a few sets, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps, and kind of pyramid that resistance up as you go, keeping everything slow and controlled. And you should get plenty of benefits, and you should really feel it in those rear delts. The bands with that progressive resistance, they get harder as you stretch them apart. It really helps to engage and fire up those rear delts. All right, so there's a few variations of rear delt flies using bands. Give these 3 a try. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments below. If you have any questions about how to do these or any little things that I might have missed, please drop it down in the comments below. We will respond. We love responding to you guys. And also, if you liked what you saw today, be sure to smash that like button. If you need any bands or accessories, the anchors that we've shown, go to clenchfitness.com. I'll link all the equipment in the description below. And if you want to see more of this content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Click the little bell notification to get notified every time we launch a video, which is usually once or twice a week. And thank you for watching.